You know the moment. You grab your keys, put on your shoes, maybe even reach for the door. And suddenly, your dog is pacing, whining, barking. Their eyes are wide. Their breathing is fast. And if you ignore it and walk out? Within minutes, the howling starts. Scratches on the door. Chewed furniture. Accidents in the house. This is separation anxiety. And if you're watching this, you're likely living it. But I want you to know something important. It can be fixed. In fact, the trick I'm about to show you is the one that completely cured my dog's separation anxiety. And the best part? It works faster than you'd expect. So sit tight, because I'm going to walk you through everything step by step. Let's start with the root of the problem. Separation anxiety isn't just a dog being sad that you're gone. It's not just them missing you. It's a panic attack. Imagine being locked in a room and thinking your only lifeline has disappeared. That's how it feels to your dog when you leave. Their brain floods with cortisol. Their heart races. They're not trying to be bad. They're terrified. And knowing that changes everything. Because the solution doesn't lie in punishing the behavior, it lies in retraining the brain. You don't need to yell, scold, or use harsh methods. You need to reset how your dog feels about being alone. And to do that, we use desensitization and positive association. But hang on, I'll explain what that means in the simplest way possible. Here's where most people go wrong. They make a big deal out of leaving. They say goodbye in a sad voice. They linger at the door. Or they act guilty. What does that do? It signals to your dog that something bad is about to happen. So from today on, no more dramatic exits. You're going to start making your departures boring. Totally uneventful. Shoes on? No big deal. Keys? Just background noise. But here's the real trick, the one that cured my dog fast. I call it the invisible exit. And here's how it works. For the next few days, you're going to pretend to leave dozens of times a day. But you're not actually leaving. You grab your keys, walk to the door, open it, and come back in. No words. No eye contact. You're training your dog's brain to see these actions as meaningless. At first, your dog might react. That's okay. The key is repetition. 10 times a day. 20 times. You're creating a new association. Eventually, grabbing your keys won't trigger panic. It will trigger nothing. But we're not done yet. Because we also have to teach your dog that being alone is actually awesome. That's where positive association comes in. Every time you leave, for real or pretend, you give your dog something they love. A frozen cone. A puzzle toy with treats. A special chew they only get when you're gone. This flips the script. Suddenly, your departure means something good is about to happen. Now instead of dreading the door closing, your dog is thinking, yes, it's peanut butter time. This method works because it reshapes the emotional trigger. It doesn't just mask the behavior. It rewires the brain. And that's what leads to real change. Now, depending on how severe your dog's anxiety is, this might take a few days. Or it might take a few weeks. But I promise you this, if you're consistent, your dog will change. Mine did. He went from crying every time I touched the door handle, to napping peacefully while I ran errands. And it all started with that invisible exit trick. Now, let's talk about other tools that can speed this up. First, calming aids. These aren't magic pills, but they can help your dog stay calm while you're retraining them. Things like calming chews with L-theanine or CBD, check with your vet, anxiety wraps like the Thundershirt, or even a calming pheromone diffuser. These don't solve the problem alone, but they help take the edge off while the real work happens. You can also use background noise like soft music or a white noise machine to create a more soothing environment. Some dogs even like the sound of the TV. Try different things. Observe. Adjust. You're becoming your dog's emotional support human, and that's a powerful thing. one thing to avoid? Sneaking out. It might seem easier to slip out unnoticed, but it creates mistrust. Your dog learns that you disappear without warning. That builds more anxiety. So always make sure your dog sees you leave, but in a neutral way. No goodbyes. No sad faces. Just confidence and calm. Your energy matters. Dogs mirror it. If you're nervous or rushing, they feel it. So take a deep breath. Be calm. Be consistent. And trust the process. Another mistake? Punishing destruction. If you come home to a mess, don't yell. Don't scold. Your dog didn't do it out of spite. They were having a panic attack. And punishment only adds fear. It doesn't teach them to feel safe. What works instead is prevention. Crate training, if done properly, can help some dogs feel secure. But it's not a solution for every dog. And it has to be introduced slowly, positively. Think of it like a den, a safe space. Not a prison. Let's review the exact steps you can start today. Step 1. Identify your dog's triggers. Is it putting on shoes? Grabbing keys? Locking the door? Start doing these things randomly without leaving. Step 2. Practice invisible exits. Multiple times per day. Door opens, door closes. No emotion. Step 3. Pair departures with rewards. Give your dog a high-value treat every time you leave, even if just for 5 minutes. Step 4. Slowly increase the time you're gone. Start with 1 minute. Then 2. Then 5. Always return before your dog panics. If they stay calm, that's a win. Step 5. Be patient. Celebrate small progress. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency. If your dog's separation anxiety is severe, you might consider working with a certified dog behaviorist. They can tailor a plan to your dog's specific needs. Especially if your dog shows signs like self-harm, constant barking for hours, or destructive chewing that leads to injury. Sometimes, in extreme cases, medication prescribed by a vet can be a temporary support. But again, the goal is always to retrain the emotional response. Not just suppress it. And I want to leave you with this. Your dog doesn't hate being alone because they're spoiled or dramatic. They're scared. And fear needs compassion. It needs patience. It needs time. The trick I shared with you today might seem simple. But that's the beauty of it. The biggest changes come from the smallest steps, repeated with love. So grab your keys. Take a deep breath. And start the healing process today. Because freedom from separation anxiety? It's not just possible. It's closer than you think. If you found this video helpful, check the link in the comments. I put together a simple checklist and a sample schedule you can follow to help your dog beat separation anxiety. It's totally free and easy to follow. Because no dog should live in fear. And no owner should live with guilt. Let's fix this together.